Hi, Brian here. I just thought I'd put out a message or put a video together today because I'm reading a book at the moment on network marketing by Colin Turner. He's somebody that I would recommend as an author because this is somebody that really understands not just the principles of building a business, but also the principles of life as well. So whenever he writes a book, I always pay attention. And this particular one on network marketing is albeit it may be a little bit dated now in some respects, but the principles still hold absolutely true, although some of the technology and things that we use these days may have changed. But the first thing to really understand about starting a business with Herbalife is that, or in network marketing or direct sales for that matter, is that ultimately you are in business for yourself. You're starting out in business for yourself. But one of the big attractions to network marketing and direct sales, a little bit like franchise opportunities, is the fact that they've got a proven track record behind them. The products and the business model, if you like, has already been created. It's been proven to be successful. The products are already proven to be successful, and have had fantastic benefits for the customers. So ultimately, it's not like you're just coming up with an idea yourself and starting from scratch. You are plugging into an existing proven, tried and tested business model. Now, the key thing to understand, though, is even having said all of that, ultimately you are independent. This is your own business, and it is up to you ultimately what you make of an opportunity like this. So it is important to get well and truly grounded in the principles of the business. This is your responsibility to really understand what the business is ultimately all about. So I'm just going to share with you what it says in this book about the definition of being independent. So it says independence, a new prospect, which would obviously be yourself or me when I just joined the opportunity, who has just signed to become a distributor, may have the strength of a multi-million-pound company behind them, together with a full support and training system to plug into. At the same time, they are independent. As such, they are in business for themselves and must first understand to undertake full responsibility for their business. Being independent means looking for the solution whenever obstacles arise and things go wrong. If you look to place blame, you're acting in the manner of a dependent. So that's really critical, because most of us come to this opportunity. I, for one, was an employee before I came to the Herbalife opportunity. So I was used to being dependent on a company to pay me my salary, to provide me with a pension, and ultimately, if things went wrong, then I would be one of those that would look to blame the company rather than to take responsibility myself. So when you start your own business, the difference is the buck stops here. So even though we've got a sponsor that's brought us into our organization, for example, and we've got a company like Herbalife who are providing us with this incredible product and all of the marketing support that goes with it, ultimately we have to learn that the buck stops here when it comes to our success in the business. So kind of with that in mind, I just thought I'd share with you a few things that have helped me to be successful when it's come to building and growing my Herbalife business. And also, I'm going to probably share with you as well some of the mistakes that I've made as well, and that's all part and parcel of growing and learning and mastering being running a business. Nobody comes to an opportunity like this with the skills that are required to build a network marketing or direct sales business. So you've got to bear that in mind. Ultimately everybody is learning really to become the best version of themselves that they can be. And it is an on-the-job learning process. So ultimately, you are, although there are guidelines as to what you need to do ultimately to be successful. Character, our own personal character as a human being, is something we build over time, and nobody comes to the table with that fully intact. That's something that is an ongoing process, and nobody very few of us can ever get to a point where we can say we've mastered that. We're learning all the time, we're growing all the time, and so you've got to learn, you've got to understand that when you're in business for yourself, for example, some of the best entrepreneurs in the world, I'm thinking of one in particular, Richard Branson, for example, went bankrupt on more than one occasion, in business before he went on to become the success that he is. Now, the exciting thing about an opportunity like this, of course, is that you can start a business for a fraction of the cost of what some of the businesses Richard Branson would have set up, for example. So the risk is absolutely minimal. The entry fee is minimal, but that doesn't mean that the opportunity is minimal. The opportunity is huge. And if you can learn to approach this business as if you had invested a fortune into it or a lot of money into it, and you come at it with that mentality, then you're more than likely going to go on to become very successful. So, sometimes when an opportunity is low cost to get into, we can, sometimes not treat it quite as seriously as if we paid, several £1,000s to get into it. So we can start a Herbalife business now for just £38, and even then there's a money back guarantee. So, but it is learning to value the opportunity, and so let's talk a little bit about the opportunity and what it's really ultimately all about, and what is at the foundation of your business. What is it that's going to enable you to go on to not just change your life, but ultimately change and affect the lives of other people as well. And so, a lot of us get very excited when we're first introduced to the power of something like network marketing, because we really grasp the fact that, at the heart of this, we've got the opportunity to be able to leverage not just off our own efforts. So we're not just getting, paid on the efforts in the time that we put into the business. But ultimately, if we're successful in building our own business and then sharing the opportunity with other people, and they go on to be successful in building their own business, then we can suddenly get paid, royalties, and, go on further down the line. We can go on to earn bonuses as well, wholesale profits to begin with, on, the efforts of other people's business as well. And, as we know with this opportunity, that is done in an absolutely brilliant way. The marketing plan is absolutely first class, in that everybody has a level playing field when they first start off. We all start off on the same discount on the products, and we've all got the opportunity to grow our retail discount, ranging from between 25% all the way up to 50%. And and that retail profit is the same for everybody. It doesn't matter what level on the marketing plan somebody is. But of course, those people who go on to not just master building their own retail business, but they also decide to develop and share this opportunity with other people, so they start sponsoring people, they can go on to earn wholesale profits and royalties and also bonuses as well. So, but that said, and as exciting as that is, and it is, trust me, the potential you've got there is absolutely massive. However, you've got to come right back to the absolute foundation of the business, which is yourself. So at the heart of your business is, of course, the products. At the end of the day, if the products are not being moved into the marketplace, if people are not consuming the products, then there's no business opportunity. There's no business. Business opportunities there because we know the products are fantastic, and thousands and probably millions of people have had incredible results on them all over the world in the 90 different countries that Herbalife are in. But ultimately, when it comes to your own business, if there aren't products being moved into the marketplace, then there's no business to begin with. So one of the exciting things about network marketing is the fact that we're not really selling the products. That's not to say that we're not moving products into the marketplace. So of course there is a sales transaction taking place. So it is important to understand that yes, there is a sale taking place, but I wouldn't suggest for 1 minute that we are what you would call salesmen. We're more customers of the products that are having a great result and are so excited about that result that we are sharing that result with other people. Okay, it's very different concepts. A little bit like going to the cinema and seeing a fantastic film, and you come away from the cinema and you're so excited about the film that you start to talk to your friends and family about it and say, oh, you must go and see it. It was absolutely brilliant. Okay, so that's what's so powerful about this opportunity. That's what's so natural about the Herbalife opportunity and a direct sales opportunity is that if you're naturally enthusiastic about the products that you're involved in, then building a business is really simple, because all you're doing is sharing your natural enthusiasm with other people. So let's talk about that keyword enthusiasm, okay? Because if you're not enthusiastic about the products, okay, and you don't believe in the products that you're involved in, it's fair to say you won't be successful in the business. So it's no good trying to jump past that. Okay, this is why if I'm speaking to anybody on the phone and they start to talk to me about building their business, the first thing I'm going to come back to is, so how you get on with the products, what's your own personal state of health and well-being at the moment? Because ultimately, if you're feeling healthy and you're feeling well, that's going to just show up in your energy. You're going to have natural enthusiasm because of the fact that you're taking care of yourself. You're using the products each day, the vitamins, the minerals, the proteins, the good, the carbohydrates, the fiber, all the good fats. All this stuff is going into our system. We're taking good care of ourselves, and we really grasped the basic concept of Herbalife, which is all about wellness and us being well. So first and foremost, when you start your business, you want to focus on getting your own product result. You want to focus on that before you even think about moving forward to steps 2, 3, or 4. Okay, that is the key step. That was the foundation of my business back in 2002 when I first started, and and it's still the key right to this day. My enthusiasm for the business today is born out of the fact that I'm getting up every day, and I'm having a healthy breakfast. I'm taking some time out in the morning, to do my exercise routine. Obviously, that's personal to each of us, but for me, I like things like yoga and Tai Chi, for example. For some of you, that may mean going off for a run or even a walk. Whatever it is that you enjoy doing in the morning, you've got that down. You're starting the day well, and you're setting yourself up before you even start to think about speaking to other people. So that is at the heart of your Herbalife business, which is probably why the healthy breakfast concept, which Herbalife have come up with, I've noticed, is actually quite a fantastic concept, because if you can get that right, if you can get that foundation right at the start of your day, then everything will kind of stem from that. So using the products in the morning, make sure that you use the products in a way that you look forward to. So I would recommend that you mix the shakes in different fruits, for example. I love to use frozen fruits from the supermarket because they're already sort of cut up and bagged up, and if you're short of time in the morning, obviously you can just they're frozen as well, so you can just pop a handful of those into the blender with your favorite flavor shake, mix it up. If you want to add a couple of other bits and bobs as well, feel free. There's lots of recipe ideas, and suggestions that you're going to come across, but ultimately experiment, find a shake that works for you and that you really look forward to, and and really enjoy having that shake, to start the day. Make sure that you take in the supplements as well, because as my wife point out to me all the time, you know, these products work synergistically. The company has tried and tested and proven that the products, you know, work and give you the results when they're used in combination with one another. And there's a lot of different things in the Herbalife products. When I say a lot of different things, obviously all things that are healthy for you, but there's a lot of herbs and botanicals in there that sometimes we don't really understand. Over time, maybe you'll become a little bit more knowledgeable, but it's not that necessary. Ultimately, at the end of the day, all you need to know is that these products have been put together in a way which is going to ensure that your body gets optimum nutrition and gets optimum benefit from them, and is going to give you the energy that you need, you know, to get the best from the day. So, you know, the other products are really important. So Formula 1, absolutely, that's what you start off with when that comes in your Herbalife pack. But you definitely want to be adding in the Formula 2 and which is the multivitamin complex for either men or women, and the fiber and the herb supplement, and also the cell activator as well. I would say these are key things to understand. You know, these B vitamins that are in the cell activator, for example, and also in the Formula 2, they assist the body in converting you know, food into energy. And so the more, you know, if we've got 100% of the recommended daily allowance of vitamins and minerals being consumed, you know, we're consuming them because we have to consume them. There's no other way of the body producing them. It's got to get it from our diet. Then ultimately, you're giving your body the proper ingredients for it to be able to produce and manufacture, you know, a really good level of energy. So that's, you know, the Herbalife tea is a fantastic supplement for tea and substitute for things like tea and coffee. These things stimulate what we call the sympathetic nervous system, which isn't necessarily that healthy for you if it's stimulated all the time. It can have a negative effect on your energy. But things like the instant herbal beverage, they assist your body's energy levels, but in a way which is more gentle and sustainable, and doesn't stimulate the sympathetic nervous system. So, and he's got a lot of herbs and botanicals in there, which all help to cleanse and detox your body. You've just got to use these products at the end of the day, and you don't really need to understand them. What you need to get from using the Herbalife products is a result. You need to think about, you need to just take note of how you're feeling, the changes that are taking place within you. And when I first started to use the products, I really understood this, you know, that my product result was going to be worth a fortune in the future to me. And it literally has, you know, and I look at our life now, and what we've been able to achieve through this opportunity, it all goes back to spending some time focusing on getting a really good product result. So I took note of you know, how I felt after day 3 on the product. You know, my energy levels started to increase. Within the first week, I noticed that things like headaches that I used to suffer with a lot, and indigestion, I noticed that they'd suddenly I wasn't getting indigestion and headaches anymore, for example. You know, sinusitis I struggled with chronically as well. I started to lose weight. And, you know, I had a lot of weight to lose. So over time, I lost 2.5 stone in weight, which brought me back down to my ideal weight. I had more confidence about myself. My skin started to look better, had a lot more energy. Obviously, that was helped by my increasing in self-confidence. And to be honest with you, I had so much enthusiasm for the products that I couldn't help but build a business. And that is really what is the key to success in building a network marketing business or building a direct sales business, is just your natural enthusiasm for the products. You know, my first customers on the products was my mum and dad, and they paid full retail price for the products, I might add, which is really important when you're first starting out in business, by the way. Key phrase that I learned even before I came to Herbalife: profit is sanity, turnover is vanity. Okay, so one thing that I do, even now, my wife points this out to me, that when I'm just going to grab my little Pinks folder, which basically has got my retail sales in, just to give you an idea. On every single one of these retail receipts, I always work out what the profit is. Okay, so I write it on there. How much profit did I make on, from that order? And then literally at the end of the month or the end of the week, I add up how much profit I've made. At the end of the month, how much profit I've made. And this gets me into some really good habits, because I can really begin to understand how much money that ultimately I'm able to I've not only made, but ultimately I'm able to then start to manage my cash flow better as well, because I understand how much profit there is. Because there's no reason whatsoever, especially in a business like ours, where anybody needs to be getting into any debt whatsoever. You should be able to run your business profitably. Apart from paying out the £38 to join the business, if you focus on getting your product result, exactly like I've just said, seeing, witnessing and taking note of the changes that are taking place within you, and then sharing your natural enthusiasm for the products with other people, you're going to be able to start to make retail profit. And that is really, really exciting, because for the first time, you're making money for yourself, rather, as a business owner rather than just as an employee. And that if you continue to do what it is that you already have been doing successfully yourself, okay, you're going to be able to go on and share that with other people down the line. And this is all we do in this business. Once you've got a really good product result, you're in a position to share these products and the Herbalife opportunity, as far as health is concerned, but also as far as the Herbalife business opportunity is concerned as well. That there's, at the heart of this, there's a product which is life-changing. Once you really use those products properly and you get this good nutrition into your system, that is life-changing for you. And I love nothing more than getting feedback from my customers, when they first been introduced to the products, and I'm waiting for that change. Usually it takes a week or two of them being on the products before they really start to notice the difference. But when they do, it's so exciting to see the feedback, that I get, and that really, I'm going to just share one with you now, I think. Let's go into my phone here and look in my messages. And I've got a customer that I've been working with. She's only been on the products for a couple of weeks. And here we go. Hi, Brian. I'm starting to feel like I have more energy, not so lethargic, and almost fresher, if that makes sense. I haven't had a cup of coffee since we spoke on the phone. I've been drinking my instant herbal beverage instead. I especially like the peach one. I've been trying to do more walking. I haven't managed to do it every day, but a lot more than I was. Okay, so for me, that's just feedback. The what I'm doing is worthwhile, because that's somebody, when I spoke to them, they were really struggling. They were struggling with low energy levels. Their confidence was low. And just through me having natural enthusiasm for the products, okay, myself, and letting those products affect me, and then just sharing that with somebody else, listening to them, what their challenges were, and then sharing the products with them, so that they could go on to use them themselves, and then getting feedback like that of how it's affecting their lives. That is Herbalife. That is it. That's what we're about. And if you keep it as simple as that, honestly, if we keep it as simple as that, and you keep coming back to, you keep doing the same thing each day, whether it be that you've introduced somebody to the Herbalife through the products, for the products, or for the opportunity, every single one of us is a customer. Every single one of us is about getting a product result and maintaining, that's practice. Once we've done it, taking the products each and every single day, it's like having your own health practice, if you like, and it's something that you've got to do daily. Okay, your body cannot get vitamins and minerals, as I say, other than by you taking them, so, or consuming them, or having a really healthy diet and it being able to get the vitamins and minerals from you. So this isn't something you can just stop and start. You know, this is something you've got to continue in order to be able to get the benefit from. So really the message is the same as Mark Hughes' message was all those years ago. You know, keep it simple. And if you keep it simple, the business will be fun and it will be magical. And this business really is simple. It's about the products. It's about the products having an effect on people and changing people's lives, and people being naturally enthusiastic about the results that they're getting and sharing them with other people. What could be more simple than that? So have a great day. Take care. Bye for now.